Hello folks and welcome to impromptu edition of the Mediocre Cover Band Guitar Guy. You'll notice today I don't have all the fancy production going here. For a lot of you guys that don't know, Perry Mercer shoots. I've been shooting on my last few videos, and Perry owns Main Event Video Productions, and this being the summertime, he's pretty flooded with weddings. To give you an example, he shot one yesterday, and he was gone pretty much the whole day and traveled a lot of distance to get his job done. In between, being there for pictures, the actual ceremony, and the actual reception, he did a lot of going. And then there's all the editing and everything else that he has to do when he gets home. So we decided to kind of put these on hold a little bit for the summer. We shot like 3 or 4 in a row, and I just been released them. And I think I did like one little video of cover songs that nobody really gives a fuck about anymore. I did like cool covers, don't get me wrong, cool cover songs like Rock and Roll Duty. And I haven't had a chance myself really to go back and, because I've got more that I wanted to do, but anyway, haven't had a chance. So, but anyway, if you got any video needs and you're going to shoot like a wedding, or you need something done, or you have any questions about videography, your best bet is to contact Perry Mercer at Main Event Video Productions. You can find him on Facebook. Give him a like and a share, and recommend him. He's good at what he does. Perry's pretty picky when he does things. I'm surprised he's been doing these for me. You think it's hard to watch these, you should see what he's got to go through. So anyway, guys, since the last time I've been on here, it looks like some of the restrictions are lifted. We're allowed to dance in bars now and at like social gatherings and things like that, which is really awesome. About time. Probably a little bit too late for some venues, tolls being the exception, I suppose. Or not the exception, tolls, I guess, being the biggest casualty of COVID-19 and closing down for good. It's going to be a hard one to replace for live entertainment, because it was fairly busy. And I posted on my Mediocre Cover Band Guitar Guy page yesterday that or a video of us 2 years ago with a full dance floor. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, getting into what I wanted to talk to you about today and restrictions lifted, and I've been noticing something on the old social media and Facebook pages. A lot of bands are getting put together, and a lot of guys are taken to the, you're going to hear a dog in the background there now. That's something new too since the last videos that I've done. We've got a dog. But anyway, there are a lot of bands popping up again now because the restrictions are lifted, and gigs are hopefully going to come back for full bands. Acoustic guys have been quite busy, the duos and trios and the softer, less members, less pay sort of things for the venues, because they're struggling too hard and don't have the money to really throw out probably to book 5 folks. So, but what they're doing is they're posting on social media pages like Newfoundland Musicians and places like that they've got a band and they are ready to be booked. And that's an okay idea for the most part, but you have to realize a lot of bar and venue owners may not subscribe to those the musicians pages if they're not musicians themselves. For the simple fact that they're busy, they've got bars to run or whatever, venues to run. They've got orders, food orders, beer orders, staff to maintain, buildings to maintain, bills to get paid, everything else. And I covered this in last year when the pandemic first came into effect, like with the regulations. The best thing you can do is hit the street still the old-fashioned way. If they've got like a Facebook page or there's an email address associated with a website that states, you can contact somebody for bookings or whatever, then, you can hit them up there, especially if they're out of town. You're not going to drive down to Gander if you're living in Carbonear just to talk to somebody about getting a gig. In the old days you might have. But you can actually probably contact them through that way, or stop in and try to hook up and talk to somebody personally, because it gives the person booking your band the opportunity to get a name and a face together and a band together all in one little circle instead of wandering. And you're going to start doing that. You're going to want to hit the road by next month and start talking to venues, because between September and November, most bars, and I'll go back to that because that's what we mostly play, most bars book up their bands between those months for the following year. So 2022's bookings, I can't believe I'm saying that already. 2022's bookings will probably start, some bars will start next month, some bars will go September, October, and November. By Christmas, they've got everything ready to go because January rolls over another year. Some bars during COVID might have only been going 3 months out just because they've got to sort of take it slow right now. But hit the streets, make phone calls, don't just post it up on Musicians Only, or don't post it on like the NL Gear guitar page and ask people, you know, can you book my band? Go to some bars, and also preaching it again, set list. Keep an eye on what you're playing and make sure your set list matches a bar. If you're going to a bar notoriously associated with dancing, you're not going to want to go in there with Pearl Jam covers. If you're going into like a 50s plus club, you're not going to want to go in there with Pearl Jam and Green Day and Blink 182 covers. It might not be everybody's cup of tea. I would personally like to go see a bunch of Pearl Jam covers, but that's me. I'm a Pearl Jam fan. Karen, as I mentioned before, with the same haircut as none of her friends and drives a black Honda Civic like none of her friends. They don't want to hear Pearl Jam covers. You know, keep that all in mind. But anyway, guys, I'm going to preach the support again, because we really are going to need it now more than ever, because it's like we're like the Toronto Maple Leafs every year now, man. We're just rebuilding, you know. We're going through that shit. So get out and see everybody. So you might have noticed that I played that Dwight Yoakam riff, Fast As You. I'll tell you what it is in case you were wondering what the fuck it was, because I probably butchered it, like, you know, that's the whole thing about being mediocre. And I wanted to talk a bit about it because I've seen some guys play that riff, and they're playing it more of a, they're leaving out the G. So just have a listen to the song, you'll see that it rolls into the G sharp. Instead of a wonky cable. So keep that in mind. It's like Led Zeppelin. If I keep playing Whole Lot of Love and people say to me, what are you doing different from me? Because guys just do like a single string thing. But it's actually you're hitting that open D under your D on your A string. Alright guys, that's it for me. That's all I got to say for today. We'll probably see you next month sometime with a better looking video. Cheers.